City.
These are all my thoughts and opinions based on information out in the public domain. Please do your own research, and this is a platform for entertainment and for us to share our opinions. Don't forget that these are all my thoughts and opinions, okay? Excuse me. Stories come out ever since before Meghan married Harry. She has been leaking stories, making it all about her. She was not successful when she was just dating him because Palace was telling her, you can't talk about this. Because Harry was screwing around with a lot of women. And she got angry about that. But she didn't care. She went and did an interview when she was told not to say anything. She went and did an interview and blabbed about everything. Nasty stories started leaking out, and false stories started leaking out about the royal family. Then we had Harry posting, "Oh, don't trash my girlfriend because of her race." Nobody didn't even know she existed to begin with. Number two, that she was, that her mother was black. But there has been a very well set tone from the beginning. Now, people say Meghan is a master liar. If Meghan were a master liar, her lies wouldn't have been discovered, okay? What we're having here is that not that Meghan Markle is a master liar or anything, is that Meghan Markle has been using the credibility and prestige of the monarchy to get away with things that she has gotten away. Now it was the Queen's death. Please keep in mind that the Queen had invited Harry and Meghan, and I don't know if they have children, but whoever it is that they claim to have, to vacation with her, especially these past 2 years, in spite of all the trashing, in spite of all the nastiness, all the lies and slander. And they said no. Harry could have gone on Wednesday to see his grandmother while she was alive. He didn't need to wait for Thursday for her to be dead to go there. And now we have stories of him arguing with Meghan or not. Excuse me. Not whether he was arguing with Meghan or not. Stories about, he was late to see his grandmother, say farewell to his grandmother because Prince Charles was telling him not to bring Meghan. Are we serious? Are we serious? His grandmother is dying, and his concern is whether Meghan can come or not. So for all of you defending Harry and defending Meghan, see where his priorities were, because at that time she still wasn't dead. He could have been there. He could have seen her on Wednesday and really have a story to sell. He could have seen her on Wednesday, spend some time with his grandmother. No. And of course they're turning the story that he's the one that's hurt. And this is the thing with Harry and Meghan. Because maybe there was an argument with Meghan that Meghan wanted to go and Harry kept saying no. He kept saying no, but then people are claiming that he didn't want to have dinner with the king and stuff like that because, he was angry at Meghan. Maybe he wasn't angry at the king and Prince William, but he was afraid that the news would leak because, of course, he was telling everything to Meghan and Meghan was leaking everything. Make no mistake, these are all my thoughts and opinions. He was leaking everything to Meghan. And Meghan was publishing it through Omid or through third parties. Or maybe she doesn't even care anymore because Meghan is a rat. Now, this Katie Nichols woman, who is as unreliable as Meghan, in my very humble opinion, she's a royal expert. She's the one that said that Harry was a big fan of Meghan Markle 2 years prior to meeting her. And we've seen in the interview, in the engagement interview, that he had no clue who Meghan was. He had never heard of that show. But yet, Katie Nichols stated it as a fact. Now, this woman has written a book about the new royals, saying that Prince William is hurt that Harry is not his wingman. No, Prince William is not hurt about Harry not being there, his wingman. He's hurt about all the lies and slanders being said about his family, the monarchy, and the United Kingdom. Harry and Meghan made the funeral all about them. Constant leaking stories. Meghan's this, Meghan's that. And now it's been turning against race, made a race thing. Why And as I said in my video yesterday, why would Meghan be looking for her kids, if she has any, to have titles from a racist institution that she equated to the KKK? Why? Now we have Gayle, and now we've seen Gayle, I mean the Oprah circle. So if you guys think that Oprah has shunned her, no, she hasn't. You know, Oprah is a sneaky person with zero moral compass. You know, and to Tyler Perry, if you love Meghan Markle's son, she's such a great, talented actress, give her a role. I mean, didn't Harry ditch a veterans event to help the veterans, to thank the veterans, to go hawk his talentless wife at the Lion King to the CEO of Disney? And people are still going on, oh, my princess, we see Beyonce, oh, my princess, oh, my princess. Disgusting. So Tyler, Oprah, you guys produce, give her a role in one of your movies. Why doesn't she produce something? We know she can't act. But then again, Meghan Markle has no talents for anything. She has no talent. It's not that she's great and bad or anything like that. It's just that she finds idiots. You know? She finds idiots that she can, you know. And Harry's another one. She knew that Harry's another narcissistic person like her, and she knew exactly how she would like somebody, excuse me, to treat her. And she treated him that way. Harry's an entitled, arrogant, spineless man who should not have been allowed to disgrace the military uniform once again, just to appease his tantrums. You know? And now we have Gayle King, Tyler Perry. Oprah's been awfully quiet, but Tyler Perry and Gayle King hasn't shut up. She hasn't shut up about the titles. Now we have People Magazine about the titles. That Prince Charles is gonna wait until they're 18 to grant. No, they haven't. What people don't understand is that just like Prince Charles had to make Prince William the new Prince of Wales, the monarch has to make those two kids prince and princess. But in order for that to happen, the records have to be made public. The people need to know, need to verify whether those children came out of her body. That's one of the few things that's standing there in regards to royal children, that the children have to come out of the woman's body. To this day, we know nothing. And so Meghan Markle wants not to comply with any of the requirements of the institution, but get all the benefits from it. I think it's enough. We've had enough of Meghan. You know, and the shade and the blind gossip thing, saying that there were those who loved the Queen and then there was Meghan and Harry. I thought it was funny. On the side note, you guys know what I think about Madeleine McCann's case. I think the parents are involved. It's a shame and disgraceful thing that the Prime Minister, when he sent the police to England when it first started, with the directive never to investigate the McCanns, never consider them even a suspect. They were never charged for neglect, for leaving their very minor children in a foreign country unsupervised. They were the last ones to see, and yet the United Kingdom instructed Scotland Yard to look at everybody else except the McCanns, that the McCanns were off limits. Why? I told you guys that poor bastard, not poor bastard, that nasty bastard sitting in the German jail is not it. They should have looked at the McCanns from the beginning. They were the last ones to see. That's a very standard police procedure. Instead, they're chasing all these crazy things. Who calls when your child disappears? Do you think you're going to call a PR agency before you contact the police? Because that's what they did 40 minutes before contacting the police. They were in touch with newspapers and PR agencies. That's not normal behavior. If my kid had been taken, any parent, rest assured, you'd be freaking the fuck out. It's you know, I remember with Henrik when that happened. One time I thought he was gone, and I was in London, in Richmond, and we were buying Christmas trees, and then suddenly he was gone. I can tell you that I knocked over quite a few trees. I was yelling and screaming, everything. I even ran out of the little store in Richmond with, and this is in London, with the thing that I had in my hand because I didn't know what I was doing. I was so freaking, he was hiding behind one of the trees playing hide and seek. I almost died. So you think I'm going to have have the frame of mind to contact the PR and the newspapers before I contact the police? No, my first phone call would have been to the police and then contact everybody. No, and not this woman who's must be intelligent because she's a doctor, ran out and left the 2 small children. This is her in her thing. She found out that her daughter had been taken. Not that her daughter wandered off, which is another red alert. She said that somebody had come and taken her daughter, and yet she ran out and left the 2 small children, smaller than they want, to get excuse me, to get help. And by the way, the bar was not visible. You had to walk about 5 to 10 minutes. If you ran, it was like 5 minutes because you couldn't see the apartment from where she was. There was no way. You had to get out of the place, go around, and walk up a hill. So I have some thoughts in the matter. I mean, what do you guys think? Now, why do you think Tyler Perry and Gayle King are in People Magazine? And now that we have these bots on Twitter who repeat the same thing, there are multiple accounts who repeat the same thing about how wonderful Meghan is. Do you think that Harry was right to not have dinner with his father because he was afraid Meghan would find out? Do you think that he was right to delay everybody and get into arguments about, whether Meghan could come, or was it more important for him to get on a plane and go see his cherished grandmother? Now, please understand, I have seen men and women. I have seen men and women who they get in a relationship and they have prior children from another relationship, and suddenly those children don't exist. I've seen it. So do you think that Harry for a grandmother? Of course not. What do you guys think? And what do you think about Madeleine McCann? Do you think the parents are involved? Do you think that Scotland Yard have wasted 14 million pounds searching for one child, refusing to follow police procedure and interrogate the parents? Do you know how many missing children there are? Please leave me your thoughts.